We are covering the California Real Estate Recovery Account for the California Real Estate Exam. This account acts as a financial safety net for members of the public who have suffered financial loss due to the fraudulent actions of a real estate licensee. Think of it as a last resort for consumers. The exam will test you on who is eligible to make a claim. The key takeaway is that only members of the public who have been harmed by a licensee's fraud, misrepresentation, deceit, or conversion of trust funds can file a claim. An important exam trap to avoid is a scenario involving two licensees. A licensee can never file a claim against another licensee. The fund is strictly for protecting the public. Another critical requirement, and a favorite exam question topic, is the necessity of a final judgment. A consumer cannot simply file a complaint with the Department of Real Estate and expect payment. They must first sue the licensee in a court of competent jurisdiction and win a final uncollectible judgment. This means they have already tried to collect the money from the licensee directly and failed. For example, if a client gets a $60,000 judgment against an agent for stealing their deposit, but the agent is bankrupt, the client can then apply to the recovery account. The exam will test the specific payment limits. The maximum liability of the recovery account is $50,000 for any single transaction, and a total of $250,000 for the entire career of any one licensee. So in our example, even though the judgment was for $60,000, the client could only receive a maximum of $50,000 from the account for that transaction. If multiple clients have claims against one agent totaling more than $250,000, the funds will be prorated among the eligible claimants. Finally, understand the severe consequences for the licensee. The moment a payment is made from the recovery account on behalf of a licensee, their real estate license is automatically suspended. It cannot be reinstated until they repay the entire amount paid out by the fund, plus interest. Here's a phrase to help you remember the process. Get your judgment, then get recovery. This emphasizes that a final court judgment is a non-negotiable prerequisite before a consumer can even think about touching the recovery account. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.